Hello and welcome everybody. Today we've got a special little video to wrap up our month of RGB and our Keebtober giveaway. And this is actually one of the boards that we'll be giving away at the end of today. Today's your last day to get on that giveaway. And this is the Dierya T83. Now this came as a pre-built. I had a video already out where we kind of took a look at it and broke it down, tore it apart, and kind of took a look at the inner workings. It's a 75% board that has north-facing sockets, but it also has a lot of included case dampening. And it's actually one of my favorite budget boards because you can get this right now fully pre-built with brown or red switches and keycaps as well for only $56 on Amazon. So I will put a link to that in the description. But for today, we're going to be building this to kind of fit a theme. So today is October 31st. It's Halloween. And I wanted to kind of, I don't know, spooky, creepy vibe. I don't really know, but it's just something thematically correct to finish off the month of RGB. So today we're going to be building this with Gateron Pro Reds. I know the lighting's going to throw this off a little bit, but these are Gateron Pro Reds, and these are 43 gram actuation and 55 gram bottom out switches that come pre-lubed, and they're very affordable. You can usually get a whole 75% kit worth of these for about 18 and 20 bucks, depending on where you get them from. In addition to that, we're going to be topping it with some wonderful Akko clear keycaps. This is the version 2 set, so they should be a little darker from my understanding and have less support type material in the space bar, so it's more crisp. So I'll put a link to these in the description as well. I'll put a link to all these in the description, as well as a link to that giveaway. So I think it's going to be kind of neat. It's going to be a short little video, but what we'll do is I'll go ahead and break it down. I'll get it all built, and then after we get it built, we'll talk a little bit about the build experience, because I've just torn this guy apart. So I'm not real sure what the build experience is going to be like. I am noticing that with this steel plate, there's almost no flex, unlike the IK75. So that's something to talk about later. And but yeah, we'll go ahead and get this built. We'll talk about it a little bit. We'll do a sound test, and then we'll discuss my final thoughts after we get through that sound test. So enjoy. All right, there you have it. It's very glossy. It's almost pre-shined, so there is a lot of reflectivity from the light over here, so I apologize. I can bring the light over, but as you can see, it's very, very reflective. So I want to talk, before I get into this, I want to talk about this Akko kitting. So this kit comes with a keycap puller. It comes with these pretty nice trays. Now I liked their old hard cases better from like storage standpoint, but from a practicality standpoint and build standpoint, these are much better. So each layer comes with a sheet of foam in between them to protect the keycaps, and each layer is also, it includes one of these like pieces of plastic cling wrap sort of thing that sits over top. Now while it does stick to some of the keys a little bit, I think it's great because I get things like this shipped to me sometimes where even though they have the best intentions with the way they've packaged it, they still get kind of cattywampus while they're in here. These were all very well organized. And I just want to talk about the kitting here. So we have our standard layout kitting here. As you can see, we've used most of it except for the stuff that doesn't work on 75%. We've also got our additional 40s spacebar kit, which is pretty sick, and even a nice 7U spacebar. And then, of course, you know, the rest of the kit here. But what I thought was also really cool is the amount of novelties that you get now. Because you didn't use, I mean, you got novelties, but like this is a lot of novelties. I mean, you got little bunny rabbits, I think that's an octopus, a penguin, a duck maybe, a little pug. So you get all kinds of weird novelties. So this is a pretty good value. I think these guys are like 50 bucks, something like that. But again, I'll put a link in the description for these keycaps, but you can get these straight off of Amazon. And if you're cool with like that, the glossy look of them, I think this is pretty slick. So, and I don't know, it sounds pretty dang good with these reds as well. So I want to talk about the build experience a little bit, starting off with when I was tearing it down. When I was taking the keycaps off, the clearance between the keycap and the edge on these F-rows, the arrow cluster, and then this nav bar, they were not amazing. It was very hard to get the keycap puller in there unless you had one like this where it's kind of angled. I was using this particular one, not this one. Anyway, I was using one similar to, I'd say the Akko one, but that was, I guess I just had a bad keycap puller that I normally use because it's straight. It doesn't have that. But I guess that's not terrible, but as you can see here, there's not a ton of room to get in there and kind of wiggle it around. So tolerances are tight, could be a good thing. In my case, I found it a little bit annoying, but I was able to get the keycaps off in a reasonable manner. Plate alignment is great. Comes with 2 big honking batteries right here. It comes with case foam. It comes with PCB foam, so it's got 2 sets of EVA foam in there. Plus, it has foam on the actual PCB, or on the plate rather. So this thing is foamed out. It's pretty muted, but of course, you know, if we pop out the feet, we get a little bit of a different vibe from that. So we'll do a sound test here in just a minute, but I just want to say, like, that keycap set was nice. The fact that you can get this board for $56, even if you, I mean, you could even venture to use the switches that it comes with and just lube them. I've got a lube kit listed in the description as well. That's only like 16 bucks, and it comes with lube. It's like one of those blends of like 205, 105. It's not authentic Krytox, but it's sufficient if you stir it up. It comes with that. It comes with keycap puller, switch puller, brush. I mean, it comes with everything you need to really get started, in a switch opener, of course. So, I mean, you could 56 bucks on the keyboard, drop another 50 bucks on some keycaps, and you know, use the switches that you have if you like them, and just lube them up so that way you get that feel. Because I know my very first keyboard that I modified was an EUSO, and it used brown switches, and I just lubed those stock brown switches to learn how to lube switches, and I thought they came out wonderful. So I think, you know, or if you don't want to do that, just save the 16 bucks if you're never going to build another keyboard, and put that towards some Gateron Pro switches, and you can kind of pick your poison, and they all come pre-lubed, and the V2s of the Gateron Pro switches also have a notch out, so when you're using switches in a north-facing board like this, the keycap interference with cherry profile keycaps doesn't exist, so you can pick up some of those budget keycap sets to throw on it and still use it, or you can pick yourself up something like the cherry charcoal that we put on the Keychron V1 and get yourself a nice little smoky charcoaled out board, and it's already lubed essentially. So I mean, I think it's pretty great. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to cycle through RGB mode since we already did that in the other video. What I'd like to do now is just plug it in, and I've already set it up to like an orange mode, and I want to see how it looks with these keycaps. Now I've also, for the sake of this video, this is awesome. Oh, I wish it looked better on camera. But I've unplugged the battery so it doesn't have the green charging light. But right now I'm running orange lights, and let me see if I can't make it nice and dark for you guys. I mean, look at that. That's pretty dang cool. But let's go ahead and do a sound test, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how we thought the build came out. So I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's a little, with the metallic plate and these particular thinner keycaps and then the polycarbonate tops on those switches, it still sounds great. It doesn't have that pop that an Akko switch will have, but it still sounds very nice. And I think this is a pretty good build. So I mean, if you were to put PBT ASA keycaps on here, or their JDA keycaps or whatever, it would have a similar sound but a little bit deeper. I think this is a bit muted. Of course, you know, we can pop up the typing angle just a bit more and allow some of that sound to kind of come out of the bottom. But I think this is super solid. So you could get this pre-built if you wanted to, because you can get the whole pre-built less than what you can get the IK75 for. And then you could throw in your switches, you know, $20 worth of switches, and then anywhere between $20 and $60 worth of keycaps, especially if you can get a deal on some NK keycaps at that price. They just had the cherry charcoals for 50 bucks. That was a really good deal. But anyway, I think this is pretty killer, man. And I'm going to be keeping these keycaps for myself, but you guys are going to get this board. Somebody's going to get this board with those Gateron Pro Reds and some pudding keycaps, and all they got to do is get themselves a nice set of keycaps. But I think it's a killer value. It really is. It's if you're looking to spend, you know, $100 or less than $100, you could easily make this a thing for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on. So we're going to finish this month out today. Today's October 31st. This the giveaway is going to end at midnight tonight. I think it's midnight Eastern, if I remember correctly. And at that point, I will start getting affairs in order, and I will draw a winner in the next couple days. And I'll get in contact with you folks via your email. We're going to give away some boards. We're going to give away some cream soda stuff. And let me go get the stickers that came in. These are the cream soda stickers. And they turned out awesome. So there is the cream soda sticker. There we go. Turned out amazing. Mad props to the person that took my idea and made it this and elaborated on it. I appreciate you so much, and I think that sticker is gonna make a lot of people happy. So we're gonna be doing that. And in addition to that, next month we've got some more premium tier boards coming in. I think we're gonna start off next month with a video where we concept the root beer float. I've been working on it a little bit. I'm gonna lay out a bunch of switches, and we're gonna kind of work through that together. I'll probably do a stream, and then we'll break that down into showcasing the individual concepts that we come up with. After that, we've got boards like the Tomo should be coming in. I've got a Saka 68 coming in, and then who knows what other kind of trouble that we can get into by the end of the month. I've also ordered a Sanga 60, and that is for the purpose of showcasing switches, because I feel like it's a board that will showcase switches well without foam, but then I can throw foam in it and it will showcase as well. So there's some stuff that's coming up in the future. I've also, I'm in the process of getting a lens so that we no longer have to keep doing this. And I'm hoping that in the next couple weeks, you'll see a little bit of a scenery change and maybe an alternate camera angle. And maybe one day I'll show my face. But yes, this board, sick, future, sick, everything, just everything's awesome as we go into the holidays. I want to thank you all again, like always, for hanging out and spending your valuable time with me while I do these little builds. I look forward to having you in the future. Let me know if you're liking these short format videos better than like the 30-minute videos. And be sure to like and subscribe. We've got a lot of people coming back to these videos, and only like 10% of the people watching these videos is subscribed. So help me out with that so we can get that 1,000, and hopefully get, once we reach that number, we can reach out to some other manufacturers and vendors and maybe get some additional product to take a look at it. So, but yeah, you guys are great. I appreciate you so much. And until next time, y'all have a good one.